What's up, guys? It's that time, so I figured I'd give you one last video, and I try and like drill this into like my friends' heads and whoever watches these videos. As great as these pinball machines are, there's one thing you have to get in the habit of doing, and that is making backups once a month or once every 2 months. It's up to you, really. I do it once a month because if I think about just this month, what did I must have added, I don't know. I went through and I don't have that many. I have the full FX2, full FX3 builds, right? The full Zachariah build all from Steam. So that's like 300 and I don't know. That's like 300 something tables right there, right? Black felt flaggers. That's another Steam though build. So there's really no artwork really that you have to do there. Future Pinball, I probably have like 80 tables, and it's just the 80 tables that that I've had forever. That except for Sonic, I added Sonic this month, but and then for VPX, I probably have 460 tables, but I had like 900 VPX tables, and I deleted all like the VPX 9 table, like all the old tables that are like just basically the Zachariah tables that I have on that came with Steam. Those are, if I want to play old tables, I'll play those. Like I just don't enjoy playing those old fashioned ones. So, but anyway, so in 1 month, like I can't even tell you how many hours I must have spent putting in toppers that are missing. You know what I mean? Like there's so many different things. I think I put like look, here's a game. It's a game I don't have a topper. Say. But I put this month I think like 40 color DMDs. I added to the ones I already had. I didn't realize I was missing so many. So that's something good for you guys to do that are using Popper, that aren't used to it. Is that there's lots of colored DMDs out there that make the game look just it just makes it way better. They look amazing. The guys that put the all the time and effort into making them color, it's worth going in, downloading them, put them in your files. You'll see it's just amazing. That's why I was disappointed in the new Indiana Jones table. That the DMD is still kind of like, crummy. You know what I mean? For you guys that just got the FX3, the new Indiana Jones table, go into your settings and change where it says dot matrix. You have it set to off because you don't want it on your table. We have it on the back glass, but you can still change the color. So I think it's on orange, or it's on default, and that's that orange color. I changed it to yellow, and I think it looks nice with the Indiana Jones table. So I just something you could try. It's in, I think it's under options. It's going to be in the upper right-hand corner. It's under UI something. It's where you could turn off like the different music so that you can record and won't get, copyright strike and stuff. And you'll see it says dot matrix. You can change the size. We have it set to none because we don't want it on our playfield, but then it'll have color. You can change the color and it'll change it up on your DMD for you. But Yellow went good with the Indiana Jones table. So that anyway, like, there's me rambling again. I know, guys. You have to do. You have to get in the habit of doing this. It's cheap. It doesn't cost money. It'll save you so much time and so many headaches you could save yourself, because you don't want to put a month in of putting in media and tables and setting up. Another thing, I went through I didn't get through all of them, but almost a third, maybe a third of my VPX tables. And, most people use the play field that they got in Popper, but those images are usually crummy, you know what I mean? So what I did is I go through and I open the operator menu, and I record the play field and backlash on my own machine, because it's a higher resolution. It's, you know what I mean? So it always comes out. It always looks nicer. This way, when you're scrolling through the tables, you'll scroll through the tables and you'll see like crummy copies of playfields that need to be done. So anyway, so you do all that, and then you happen to mess something up and you don't know what it is and you can't fix it and you're driving yourself nuts. And then what do? So most people, they have Windows backup turned on, and I'm going to tell you right now, turn off Windows backup. That one, it's going to take performance away from your machine. It's going to use up resources when it is doing it, and space on your hard drive, and it's not going to necessarily fix your problems when you might have one. So say you mess something up when you're installing something, and you don't know what it is, and you're like, well, I made a back guide. I have a Windows restore point. You know what I mean? I could just go back and it'll be fine. You'll go back and it's funny I can't see those, but you'll go back and Windows will go back, and then your pinball will still be broken because it doesn't work that way. Your popper system doesn't work that way. It doesn't matter what Windows really is doing. I call it portable. I don't know if you would call Popper portable. I don't know if you could run Popper off of a thumb drive or external drive, but I'm pretty sure you probably could, because I don't think it does anything to the Windows registry. At least for VPX. You might have errors in some things, but regardless, what you want to do is clone your drive. All right, you can get a cloning program for like $30, and it updates itself, and I think it's like $30 or $35. I think it's for a year. I don't know if you own it or anything, but it's perfect. It's awesome. It's easy and it works. That's all that matters. I'll show you what it is in a minute. So then what I was doing was opening my case, and I had a SATA wire and a power wire right here. Look at those temperatures. Isn't that insane? There's 24 threads running at almost 5 gigahertz, 28 degrees. But anyway, and I know there's going to be a lot of people that don't feel comfortable opening their computer and pulling, and messing around with the power and stuff like that. So you get yourself this. So it's basically just a way for you to connect any hard drive to your computer through a USB port. All right. So I mean, it does IDE, it does SATA drive, SSD drives, every single hard drive. Those old, if you have a big old, one of those big old giant mechanical drives that I know some of you are still using for some stupid reason, you can hook that up to this. So this was on Amazon. Not sure exactly what the price was, but it was on Amazon. It's not a fortune. It's Unitech. I don't know if you can scan that on my off my video and it'll go to it for you, but you don't need to. Just go to Amazon and type in IDE and SATA hard drive adapter and get the Unitech one. You see it, the interfaces. It does 2.5, 3.5 IDEs, does SATA drives, and it's a USB-A connection. So what I do is, the first thing I did was get myself 1 terabyte SSD drives, okay? Now, my computer is running off of M.2 drives, okay? Technically, it's a SSD drive, but it's the drives that look like memory sticks. That's what an M.2 drive, for you that don't know. All right, and they cost about $100, about the same as these drives. And the drives in there transfer read rates at 7,100, 7,200 megabytes per second, whereas these, I don't know, an SSD, I guess it depends, maybe 85 megabytes per second. It depends on, I guess, what it's hooked up to, what interface and stuff. But it's insane. Like, I have loading table, on Popper, you can have loading screens. I have tables, when I load them, that the table loads before the loading screen even finishes, or as it's starting. So, like, because that's how quick the M.2 drives are. So, like, you guys all should definitely be running your pinball off of M.2 drives. They're cheap. They're the same price as an SSD drive, which most of you are running off of. But the performance is insane. Right? A future pinball, when it's loading the assets, it just goes like this, like straight across, and it's done. So anyway, I have 2 of these. I mean, I have tons of these drives, but here's the drive I say. This one's brand new. I didn't use that yet. But here's January's backup. So I did this around December 28th or something. I made a clone of the system because everything was working perfect. There were no errors. Every game was working. The controls, everything was working great. In my room right now, I have a drive that's labeled February because I did a backup in mid-February. So now I have that February drive put away. And now I'm going to take this January drive and I'm going to clone my system right now onto this drive as a backup. Since everything is working nice on my system right now, and I don't have to worry about losing those hours of putting in media and stuff. So to do this, I'm going to show you. It's pretty simple. Just unplug. Actually, how long is it? I mean, I don't have to do that. So you just plug in your plug that it comes with. Okay. Regular plug. This is the piece that you back it up. Say different hard. That's where your SSD will go. These are IDE. That's another IDE. Those are SATA drives. But I mean, it even comes with a Molex connector. So I mean, you could really you can use any drive you want. So you plug that in. That's how it plugs into your USB, right there. For those of you that didn't know, this is a Molex connector. So this would plug into here, and then this would plug into those old to power those big mechanical drives. That's what you would use. But since we're just using an SSD drive, no moving parts. So you just use your power. Power goes right into here, but I like to plug in my drive first before powering it up. So it's very easy to do. Can you see the way it goes straight and then it goes down? That's the way you plug in your connections. For those of you that may, I don't know. Some people that don't work on computers, they feel a little intimidated by doing stuff like this, and I forget, and a lot of us forget that help people out. That when there's a time people they don't want to touch a computer because they're afraid they're going to break it. That's totally understandable. So when you look at your hard drive here, so pretend this is brand new, even though it's my backup from January. You take it out of the package, and there you go. You see you have, it looks like an L, and then here you go. Looks like two L's facing each other, and that's how you know which way to plug it in. See, there's the L, and then on the right side, the L is coming towards my finger. So just plug it in. Hold up 1 second. Trying to do it so you can see it. With one hand, it's kind of tough. Oh, you guys can't see it anymore. I'll just plug it in. Hold on. All right, there you go. So it plugged in. It just slides in perfectly. Nice and easy. All right. So now what I need to do is plug this into a USB port. I'm using one of my back ones because I want to go fast. So I have USB 2.1s back here. Okay. Yeah, I mean, you can plug that into any USB drive you want, but like I said, I like I want speed. Okay. Right, so that's plugged on. No. System exit. Okay. Now, let me show you how this works. What I like to do is, you don't have to do this. I like to do a fresh restart before I do my backup, just in case I had things open or I don't know. Because I was playing a bunch of games before, to switching in and out. So I just do a quick reboot so that when I do back it up, and then if I ever have to use that drive, it'll be booting in as the new drive. Nice and new. Nothing should mess it up. It's funny here for you guys, the at games guys. Look, it's not even connected. I have a thing being cut right now. I'm going to be putting a matrix in there, but for now, this just sits up here as my little cover. All right, so system apps. Now you can use any program that you want. First, I'm going to run Driver Easy. I do this for any that want to. This is the only program that I know that doesn't rip you off. It's called Driver Easy Pro. And most of these driver programs that you see, if you Google them and stuff, it'll you'll run it and it'll always tell you need something when you don't, or it'll put like malware and stuff on it. So this is the only one that works. If you're someone that wants that likes to keep up on drivers and your BIOS and stuff, this is a good program to get. It doesn't. It's not one of those rip-off programs. Just so you know, because I've tried a bunch of them too, like some of you may have, and what do you call it? And they're all rip-offs. So anyway, I ran that just to make sure that my drivers are all up to date, and now. This is the program I use. It's called Ease US Disk Copy. And it's version 3.8. That is a version 4.0 available right now. Before I update this, I'm going to make my copy. I'm not going to update. So I know you just saw that there's an update available, but I'm not. I know this works, and I want to make my clone. So, all right. So here we go. So here's my two. These are my two Samsung Pro M.2 NVMe drives. They're both 1 terabyte. These are the awesome drives. That's all I gotta say. They're generation 4. There's another thing I try and tell all my friends with pinball machines: put one of these in your system, make it your C drive. And you still can put all my tables, my entire pinball collection with all Steam and everything is on this C drive. It's 1 terabyte. It's a M.2 drive, and as you can see, I still have 549 megabytes free. So it's not like you have to worry about space. And then I have an on my second M.2 drive. I have all my others, like a bunch of other Steam games, like God of War and stuff, because every once in a while I'll stream from this thing. But all right, so here's what you want to do. You got your Ease Disc Copy Pro. I think they give you actually a month free. I'm not sure, so don't quote me on that. But if you go to the website, it's like $30 anyway. Just buy it. It's worth it. You'll be so much happier when you're online, going through forums, asking everyone for help. Nobody can help you with your problem, why this isn't working, and then you realize, hey, wait a minute, I cloned my backup. All I got to do is go get that drive and copy it to my C drive. So what I'm going to do now, though, my C drive that's highlighted where my arrow is good. So there's nothing wrong with it. It's working perfectly. I want to make a copy of that in case anything goes wrong or whatever. So you just make sure that's highlighted, and you come down here, click next. Now you select your target disk. So my target disk is this SSD drive, say USB device, 1 terabyte, disk 4. That's what I just plugged in the back. So that's, and you hit next. There's a box up here. You check. That's if you're using a SSD, which we are. You always check that box, all right? And then you click proceed. We might have to log out of Windows, but if we do, it'll tell us. So, and that's it. It's initializing or whatever, and you just let it go. Obviously, the quicker your computer, the quicker it's going to go. I'm not going to stand here and oh wow, look, it just jumped to 20%. Well, I do have a fast computer. Holy okay. All right, yours isn't going to go this fast. So, right now it's copying my C drive to that external drive. All right, and then when it's done, I'll disconnect it down there. I put it back in the box. I rip off this label, and I have a P-Touch labeler, but I'll just put March 10th or 11th or whatever on it, and then I throw it in the box. And then the next month, or I do it once a month. I know you don't have to do it once a month, but next month or next these are all my controllers and stuff. Next month or next big maybe you installed something like big, or you did a lot of media work, in between, then it's worth it to go grab your drive, say, and do a backup in between the months. So it was either February 15th or February 26th. See, I did a couple backups. This is what I'm telling you, that about problems popping up. This tells me, I don't remember what it was. This tells me that I had a problem, because I had to come back to February 1st, and then I fixed it, and then made another backup on February 26th. See what I'm saying? It's always something. That was a DOF error, and all that was that in my doflinks.ini file, if you copy and paste locations, a perfect example is I had the location was for my visual pinball folder, and I copy and pasted it, and it put C, colon backslash visual space pinball backslash blah blah blah, where, as you know, it should be visual pinball. There should be no space when you're putting locations in an INI file, and that's because I opened it with Notepad instead of Notebook plus plus or Notepad plus plus or whatever. That's something you gotta remember. If you use Notepad to open up an INI file, it's gonna automatically grammar it, put it in correctly, and that's gonna come up incorrectly, and that caused my DOFlinks. I was getting an error, a right flipper solenoid error, but that's just my friend said that's just a red herring. It's just to let you know that there's something wrong. Let me turn the lights off. I got all my amps are off. Yep, I just let this go. About 4 minutes it says, and that's it. And then so now, God forbid something happens and nothing will work, and it just whatever something happens, it won't work. Pin-up popper is just messed up. I go and I get that drive, this drive that's on the floor right there. I plug it in exactly the same way I have it right now. Turn my computer on, and as the computer is booting up, you keep hitting F2 and the delete key with both hands. Just keep hitting it as fast as you can, and it'll bring you into your BIOS. You have to do it as soon as you hit the power button on your computer. You have to go into the BIOS. That's how you get into the BIOS. It's either your delete key or F2. So I just hit both, and it'll bring you into the BIOS. And once you're in the BIOS, you select that drive down there as your boot drive, because right now your regular drive will be the boot drive. You understand? So that drive had a problem with it. So because we're cloning this drive, you can plug it in, go into the BIOS, change the boot drive to that drive that's on the floor, and it'll boot right into Windows perfectly, and it'll be like nothing happened. And you can play like that forever with your drive on the floor, but what you do is you just open up this program and you copy that drive to your C drive inside that is messed up for whatever reason. You see how it goes? So if you don't know what the cause is and you can't fix it, you got your last wit. This is why cloning it's good. It's because by cloning it, it's a boot drive. So you actually just boot right into that other drive. Windows comes up, and then you copy that drive, which you know is good, over your C drive, which you somehow messed up, and your C drive will then you have to restart the computer, go into the BIOS again, you unplug the drive on the floor, and you change the drive back to your C drive that you want to boot into. And because that C drive now is going to be fixed because you copied your backup drive to that C drive. All right, it sounds confusing. That's why I'm trying to show you exactly what it is. But that's why I do this. You have that clone. If you copy it, if you made a Windows copy and everything got messed up, what are you gonna do? You're in Windows. Windows is messed up. So having the clone drive, plug it in, go to the BIOS, make that drive your main drive. You boot into that, everything's working perfectly again, or at least perfectly as to the point where you made that drive. And to fix your internal drive, you just clone this drive that you just plugged in. You clone that right to your internal C drive, and it'll write itself on that, and then your C drive will be working again. And then you unplug this drive. So right now, there's nothing wrong with either drive. That's why I'm making the backup copy. But when something inevitably goes wrong, that's when you pull that drive out, boot in, copy this drive to your C drive, turn the system off, unplug that drive, and then boot in. If you unplug that drive, when the system's off, after you're done, cloning itself to your C drive, and you unplug it, most BIOSes will just automatically boot back to your C drive. But I like to always go into the BIOS anyway, just to make sure. But you might not even have to do that. It might just actually boot right in because it's in your C drive, so it's not gonna detect this drive anymore because you unplugged it, and it'll boot right in. So sorry that was long, but it's probably one of the most important things you could do, and it's easy. So I mean, this is exactly. There's a website on there. I got mine from, like I said, Amazon, but there's the website for the device. This actually comes in really handy, believe it or not. And I have an older one, and it's like huge. And it's funny how like this thing comes down. It's so small, works perfectly. What else was I going to tell you? This is another thing. This is another thing. That, while that's doing that, I watch these YouTubers that have like amazing followers and stuff. And I don't know about you guys, but for some reason I can't keep dust off my pinball table, and I even cover it at night with a towel, and it doesn't matter. So I constantly got myself one of these things, and then you just change out these duster things, and it does it right. And you got to do here, guys, back here. This is where mine's clean, but I've seen some people do some videos, and oh man, it's like they never dusted a thing in their life. And if any of you guys want any women to come over and hang out with you, I mean, even though most of you guys are married, but still, if you want women to think this is cool and not a child's toy in your house, you gotta at least keep it clean, and this is how you do it. Nice and clean, quick and easy. It gets rid of all the dust, and you're golden. I was watching somebody's video. I'm not gonna mention the names, but they have a lot of They have a lot of followers, and they took a snapshot. It was on YouTube, and I was like, "You gotta be kidding me!" Their computer desk was disgusting looking. And I'm not talking about like beer cans and stuff. I'm talking about like just dust and dirt, like whatever. All right, man. I know nobody's gonna make it to the end of this, so if you made it to the end of this, leave a comment. Leave a comment, and I don't know. Leave a comment that says "Let's go, Brandon." If you made it to the end of this, and maybe we'll gonna start doing some giveaways. If I can get enough, I'm trying to get my followers up. If I get some followers up, like especially if I can get over 1,000, I know it's a lot to get to, but I just started this channel 2 months ago. 3 months ago, like started actually doing some videos, and we're doing all right. We're doing well. This is a lot of people don't subscribe. They just they watch the videos, but I subscribe and I like every person that I see that does these type of videos, tech videos. And they all, they just starting out with like 30 or 40 subscribers. I subscribe to all those guys, because I know they're not getting free stuff, and they're just starting out like me. Like I don't even know how to stream. I have an RTX 3090 in there. I know I could stream all these screens and stuff, but I don't know how to do it. I can't figure it out. So I was never good with software. Hardware, I'm good with. But all right, guys, stay safe. I actually have what's called COVID pneumonia. I don't know if any of you's ever heard of that, but it's after you get COVID, you get pneumonia. COVID, I wasn't even really that sick, but the pneumonia, it's like it sucks. It's just you're just coughing constantly, no fever or nothing, but. All right, man. Talk to you guys later. Hope everyone's family is safe and healthy, and I will see you guys next video. Anyone, if you guys have any questions or any videos that you want me to do, or anything, whatever you want, just leave a comment. Even if it's just talk shit. I'm from those old school days in the Call of Duty lobbies. Do you remember Call of Duty back on PS2, Xbox 360? In the lobby, how we used to talk so much trash. Man, we would get kicked off Xbox and stuff if they, if that was going on today with the way people's feelings get hurt. It stinks because everyone knows that we do it out of, it's part of this like sport. I call it a sport, gaming, but it's part of gaming. You know what I mean? You're like, you just make fun of each other. It's locker room talk. You know what I mean? So you don't really mean it. It's more to make everyone laugh and stuff. But of course, there's other people that aren't part of the group itself, and they have to put their nose in it and ruin everything. But all right, man. That's it. I rambled on and on. This has been going 16 minutes. It should be almost done. 13 minutes remaining. That's not bad. It takes a while. I'm copying the entire drive and system. So, all right. Talk to you guys later. Peace.